Do you have a dent that looks similar to this? I have customers that drive to my shop in San Jose, California, wanting their dents popped out. They may even ask, is there a quick, inexpensive approach to repair this without getting the insurance involved? Let's give the people what they are asking for. Stay tuned and see how I laterally pull or pop this dent from looking like this to this. Hello and welcome back. I am your host, the Man of Steel. We are profiling a beautiful white Camry for a wholesaler down the street. This vehicle has a big dent on the fender. The dent measures 2 feet, top to bottom. The driver of this car did not want to go around the pole, instead wanted to go through the pole. Lesson learned. Now he is left with a dilemma. Should I take the more intrusive route? Should I replace and repaint? Do I need to leave my car at the auto body paint shop for a week and face a diminished value? Is there a better, smarter repair? The Man of Steel will need to pick up the pieces and perform a smart PDR repair, meaning no replacing, no repainting, no diminished value, no leaving my car at the body shop for a week. A smart PDR repair, back on the road, done the same day. Let's kick this off. First step, I need to clean the panel. Majority of the dent cleaned up nicely. However, there is some light minor paint fractures. Next, I will place a blanket inside the vehicle to protect the interior from dust particles. I'm unracking and rolling up my dent puller. Throwing in the chain, positioning and adjusting the height of the pulley arm. Hooking up 3 points on the chain. The machine is racked and chained. My game plan, I'm simultaneously pulling on the upper and the lower fender. First, let's focus in on the upper fender. Placing the Man of Steel 2 side pulling tabs on the fender. Next, I'm going to square up on the fender, placing 2 MOS tabs directly on the crushed body line. I grabbed the strap and I hooked it to the door striker. 2 major benefits for removing the door. A, I can now use the ratchet strap for lateral movement on the panel. B, now I have 2 access points. I can laterally look and push the pace with my PDR rods. The website for these tools in this tutorial are down below in the description. Let's take a look at my setup. I'm ready to start ripping on the panel.
You want to plug that in?
Hooked up the chain to the deepest section of the dent. Next, I'm reaching for the ratchet handle, giving the handle a few pulls. The gap between the fender and the door is closing. I flip the switch on my dent machine. You can see the simultaneous action from the front and the side. The dent is releasing and coming out nicely. If you're new to my channel, put in the comments that you're a new subscriber and the Man of Steel will respond. Since this is wholesale work and I'm charging a wholesale price, I'm not going to spend a lot of time. So I grabbed a slapper and a hammer to rough this one out. The crown is laying down nicely on the upper section of the dent. Locked in, front and side tension. Now I'm knocking down the rolling buckles in the panel. Looking laterally, using natural reflection, taking down more high points. Removing the tabs with a squirt of alcohol. Here is a quick look at the panel. I still have a lot of work to do. It's really difficult flipping this concave dent to a convex finish. Here's the results of the first pull using the collision glue tabs. Let's pan the other side of the vehicle. Now I'm going to move to the lower section. I'm sizing up my tabs. It's time for round 2, lateral and perpendicular pulling. The next tab I'm going to grab, it's called a 3D curve tab. The curve on the tab, I'm going to match up with the curve on the body line. You will find these smart tabs on the MOS website. Reaching for my ratchet hook and attaching it to the eye-bar. Giving the ratchet handle a few pulls. Pulling the handle. Check out the flex in the body panel. The entire panel is releasing and the dent is moving in the right direction. Next, I'm grabbing my single leg puller. This tool is also on the website. Leave a comment down below, or you can even send me some pictures on how these tools and tabs are working for you. Running the hook through the upper eye bolt, making my adjustments. Leveraging the leg off the wheel, pulling slowly and gently on the tab. Side note, I'm using my hand to stabilize the edge. Moving to the middle eye bolt and repeating the process. I'm still in the roughing out stage. My goal is to line up the two edges. Some of my subscribers are wanting a video how to remove the glue from the panel. It's really this simple. Squirt 91% alcohol on the glue and peel the tab off. I'm moving back up to the upper section of the panel. This time I'm using a different tab. This tab is called a universal crease tab. Placing the tab on the body line and running the pulling pin through the eye bolts. Attaching the chain and taking up the slack. Pumping the pedal with my foot, I'm going to rip on the body line for a minute. I'm going to get more reps with the MOS hammer. I'm going to knock down more buckles in the body panel. Now I'm flipping the switch on my PDR light. Time to shed some light on the remaining damage. I'm going to begin swinging the MOS hammer and knockdown. I'm removing more buckles in the body panel. Leaving perpendicular tension on the dent. The outer skin needs a lot more manipulating with the knockdown and hammer. Moving forward using the sharp tip of my hand tool, pushed in the plastic pins and the liner. You can see I'm gaining more access to the underside of the dent. Going back to swinging the hammer, trying to smooth out the surface. I will switch sides with my PDR light. Now I'm grabbing the PDR rods. I'm placing one hand on the handle and the other hand close to the tip, guiding the tip on every remaining low spot. I perfectly position my body and my tool, going back and forth, knocking down and sculpting with the PDR rod. I will switch positions with the light. I'm kneeling down and placing my knees on the pad. This time I ran my 24-inch double bend in the gap between the liner and the panel edge. I'm leveraging the tool off the tire. I have a strong grip on the handle. Switching to the other side to get another read on the dent. Simultaneously using my arm for pushing, my hands for steering, my eyes for reading the light. I am fully locked in and sculpting the underside of this panel. The shape of the panel is looking good. I'm working on the remaining low spots. The fender was hit so hard it misaligned the edges. I grabbed my impact and locked in my 10mm socket, loosened up the bolt, adjusted the fender with my hand, closed up the gap, then I tightened up the bolt. I'm in the final steps, mounted the door and plugged in the wire harness. The door is now fully functional with power windows and locks. Next step, I adjusted the fender liner with my hands and pushed in the pins to lock in the liner. Here is the final results on the wholesale work. The dent cleaned up nicely. The body line was absolutely crushed. I flipped the body line dent inside out. The gap closed up nicely with the lateral pulling tabs. I want to thank all of you for watching. Are you wanting to laterally pull or pop your dents out without getting the insurance involved? Tabs and tools in this tutorial is in the website down below in the description. Happy to help you out on your next dent. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you when I airdrop my next how-to video. You make it a great day. I will see you in my next clip.